Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did, huh? Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Ready up. Use the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Not here. Shut up, squeeze.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, Elway. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Colts' 36-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Come on. Ready.
They'll wait to throw on 2nd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
On first down, it's James. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety 6-6. Pull it back. Hey, Haywood. Get it.
Throwing on first down is Manning. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Show it up. Show it up. Look at me. Zipper. Check the call. Check the call. Check 52.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Ready, ready. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah. Hey, Charlie. Go.
They fake the give. Now Elway. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. From the gun, it's Elway. And that's complete to Sanders. 20! That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10.
Yeah. Mike 56. Mike 56. Here we go. Ready. 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Ready.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
56 to Mike, boy, 56. Go.
Throwing now is Manning. And he finds a man with a crossing route. That one good for 26 and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Hey, echo. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Right here, right here. Mike 54. Mike 54. Two.
Manning now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
80 weapons. Five. Get up. Switch. 49. Check 49. Look at me. Door. Bravo. Hit it.
Now Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Right there. 50. Hey, Delta. 54 Mike. They can't hang with us. Mike's 5-4. Ready?
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On first down, it's Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, wahoo! Go!
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Colts nothing.
Come on, set. 10 logo. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Get it.
On 2nd down, Elway. The Sanders has got it, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Watch 7. Watch 7. Watch tight.
Play action. It's Elway. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
He's crashing.
Got him in. He finds Sanders. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Alpha.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Throwing again, it's Elway. It's caught by Davis. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Go.
Elway to throw again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Go. Leo, you're out.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The give to Taylor. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Team 6.
Now on 2nd and 13. Manning. Now he's forced out left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. He got 29 yards that time. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, high 7.
To throw is Elway. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jake Butt as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where...
You know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Ready?
Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. He sets to fire deep. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final try now for Manning. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. No! Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Looking deep for Hilton. That's caught inside the 20. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Smooth. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Look at me. Zipper. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
It's our field. It's our field.
Let's go.
Shotgun now for Manning. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready? 10-2 saw.
52 right here. 52. Here we go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Jam.
Hey, Sam on. Now.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hey, echo. Hard, hard.
Check hot route. Hot, hot.
Deep grip, deep grip.
3rd and 2. Now Elway. He's going to wind up in air. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 42 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Now Elway to throw. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. There he goes left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Ready?
On first down, Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Pull it high. Fight.
On second down, Elway. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard
Bravo.
line.
Looking to throw on second down. Elway. That's complete to Show. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
218, chop.
Elway now looking to throw on third. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Elway to throw on 2nd. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, Elway. It's caught by Sanders. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, 51 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Hey, orbit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Sponge. No.
Drop, rock it.
He's checking.
Hey, Alpha.
Here's Manning to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Manning. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he's able to get it out of there. Taylor now returning it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready, break.
52's the mic. Check, 52's the mic. Here it comes.
Ready.
Elway now off of play action. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Pierre Desir. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because there's nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
It's just me and you. You go tight. You got tight right there. Joker.
Get it.
At after the sack on first down. Manning firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Colts on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Look at me. Go.
Check 24. Check 24.
Manning now to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Bang. Watch the edge. Alert flare. Deuce.
Hey, zoom. Go.
Manning going to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets away from one, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, it's Manning. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Here's Davis now. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Elway. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Elway. And Sanders has got it complete. That'll be a gain of 16, and it'll be 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now it's Elway. He's got his man Sharp complete. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and a...
Come on, set. 10-2 start.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Protein spill.
Check 37. Check, check, check.
Hey, lock it.
Check, check, check.
Set, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Bam, bam. 6-6, bullet high.
Slam. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Right out.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here we go. 30 base.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do